Hi, this is Rich and Chris from Retro Sanctuary, and today we're going to attempt to complete Dizzy for the ZX Spectrum. Now, Dizzy was a character from the 1980s that was actually huge in Britain at one stage. Believe it or not, he was actually bigger than Mario. He was in piles of different games, loads of different styled games as well. He'd just appear in just about anything, basically. But yes, he was massive, and this is the first game in a series. It was a bit of a slow burner, I believe. So it sold decent amounts, but over a long period of time, the sales just carried on. And afterwards, the sequels sold piles and piles. Right, so you ready?
Yeah, let's go. Let's load up some Dizzy.
So you haven't played these games at all, have you?
No, I mean, you were talking about how great Dizzy was, and all the time
I was
thinking,
saying it was
I've not actually played
very
it
well
before.
known, but Chris is a bit younger than me, so he probably missed it. He probably you probably remember Mario when he was popular. I think probably around 91 is the time when the Nintendo characters started to become much more well known in Britain. So these games, you wander around using items to solve puzzles. Right. It's a platforming game with puzzle solving, essentially.
Okay.
Dizzy is an egg. He does a somersault when he jumps. If you don't land on your feet, you roll along the floor. So if you land on your head, you roll into a pit a lot of the time. So you have to keep in mind the distance that you're jumping, and you have to make it so that the height of the thing you're jumping to will have you land on your feet. Now, I have completed this before, and I know what the items do, but I'm not entirely sure where they're actually placed. So don't expect like a speed run from me. I'll probably wander around looking for stuff, essentially.
Right, okay, so how do you jump?
You got to push up for jump.
Oh, great. Oh, God. So I'd have to jump on that first.
Yeah.
And then
you can jump through the web, or you can walk off the edge. Essentially, you can go underneath it. That's it.
Stop rolling your shit! Is that a bazooka?
Pick it up and see what it is. Oh God, it's hard to see, isn't it? A mucky grease gun.
Okay. How do I use the items?
You just press the fire button.
Fire button drops it. Oh, what?
That's it. Used the grease gun, it was rusty.
Okay. Do I drop through here?
Can do, you.
What am I holding there?
Plastic raincoat.
Okay. I want to get on the sign. That's what I want to do. Stop rolling. Stop rolling. Right. What?
Yeah, this first Dizzy game has a lot more tricky platforming sections in it. Later Dizzy games focus more on talking to non-player characters and such.
Right.
You know. But
I need the raincoat. Right, so now I should be alright.
Careful of the apple.
Yeah. Now I should be alright.
Well,
I'm
see
ready.
what happens.
I'm holding. What? Okay. I need to get down to that though. But
you got to work out how far you can jump.
Do it. Yeah, there. That'll do it. Land on your feet.
Oh.
I'm
There's
fine.
extra life there. That's it.
Oh God. Oh, I can't.
Oh no!
No!
It just walked off. You haven't explored the right hand side yet, have you?
What? You can. What? What?
You.
Well, your turn.
Right. Right, let's see if I can remember how to do this then. I should have actually mentioned something about the plot on this game, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah, maybe.
This evil wizard's turned up and he's been messing with the villagers. So he's been making people blind. He's been making it rain on Sundays so that it ruins their cricket matches as well. This is in the actual instructions.
Are you kidding me?
So he's a real prick, essentially.
Oh yeah.
So you need 3 items. You need to make a spell to destroy this guy. You need to get 3 items, put them in the cauldron, and make the spell up, and then kill him with it, essentially. So that is the aim of the game. So I've got a burning torch here. So you can set this, start going here like that. So that's on the. We've got a fire under the cauldron now.
You're a dick.
What?
You didn't tell me any of this.
Well, I forgot, you should have asked. Right, this is the bird seed here. That gets rid of the birds. So you feed the birds.
You knew that?
What?
You watched me struggle. What?
Oh,
Ha.
that was mean.
Hold on. What? Are those bats?
Yeah.
They're not birds. Even though
No,
they
the
look
ones down
exactly
there.
the same.
The ones down there are bats. Ghost Hunter's laser.
So that now kills the ghost.
Right, what's down here then?
Oh, and you're dead.
I'm probably not going to do it, am I? That's a shame. Looks like you will get another go then, Chris.
This time, tell me what things do.
Okay, I will help you out this time. But I'll give you time to try and work out the puzzle yourself.
I don't want none of this shitty leading stuff either. Well, what do you think that will do? Well, what do you... No, don't do that. Or I will insert that into you.
Get a bit violent here, a bit aggressive. Oh, now this bit's a bit of a prick actually. You see the middle section of that?
Yeah.
If you walk on it, it tips and kills you.
Well, obviously.
But yeah, so you always jump over the centre of this section. Oh no! Don't jump there. No. Right, just walk off the edge. That should work. No, it's
Spider!
Last.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is probably the game that actually made Codemasters in a lot of ways, because this was their first massive hit, and they even had merchandise for it and everything. And by 1990, you could get like Dizzy baseball caps and T-shirts and such, you know.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think Codemasters are still around now, aren't they?
They are. Yeah.
Made Colin McRae Rally and Dirt and stuff like that, didn't they?
Micro Machines.
Micro Machines, yes.
It's huge.
That's a big one. Fantastic game on the old Mega Drive.
Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, Codemasters, they didn't tend to make great games in the 80s. They were a budget company, but I think probably about 90% of what they produced wasn't particularly good. But this was a good game.
Come on, Apple.
Some of their racing simulators and such were pretty reasonable as well.
Apple's being a bastard.
The people who developed this game, they didn't actually make him an egg. They just wanted to have a character with a massive face, basically, so you could see his expressions and such.
Mm.
But I think the people at Codemasters basically said that he looked like an egg, so he became an egg from that point onwards. I believe that's what happened. And he's got a whole family called the Yolk Folk as well.
The Yolk Folk. Love it.
Right. I think one of the reasons why the games caught the imagination so much in Britain actually is just how much work they put into the flavour text and the interactions between the characters.
We do love a bit of
tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah. But each one is kind of funny, a lot of the stories, the Dizzy games. But obviously in this one, there's not really much in the way of character interaction, which is a bit of a shame. Later ones really expand on that. I think the third Dizzy game's usually deemed to be the classic one. The second Dizzy game they kind of mucked up a bit, unfortunately. It's one of the other big improvements with later Dizzy games is you could actually hold 3 items at once.
I actually thought about that while playing. I was like, why can't I hold more items?
Yeah, there's actually like a menu screen where you choose the items to use and such in the
Oh, I don't trust this jump.
later ones. Oh, you're stuck in the bleeding menu section.
Well, I'm going to cheese it.
Oh, only just though.
Cheesed it!
You landed on the still.
Yeah.
The little right up.
So I walk off it. Apple! Apple from nowhere!
Oh.
Apple from nowhere.
Oh,
Apple again!
Again. Left.
Right. It's alright, I can stay here, look.
Oh God.
Literally apple from nowhere.
This is a horrible bit. We're not going to do this. Lucky to do that. Diagonally jump off to the right. No, not the left. Kill you.
No. Fuck this game. Absolutely 100% fuck this game. I had 7 lives before that section.
It just ran into an apple over and over and half the table lives went.
Apple came from nowhere. Oh, this takes so long. Oh.
Frick.
Why did you do that?
He looked like he was going that way. And then he changed direction at the last second.
Maybe because he saw a flying egg coming towards him. What, is that pliers or something?
Wire cutters.
Yeah, nope. Oh dear. Well, viewers, next week we'll be trying to complete I don't even think that's possible.
It is possible. I've done it hundreds of times. Your go.
No.
Come off
You
it,
do it.
Chris.
You do it.
God damn it. It'd be interesting how much time it does take to speedrun it. Because this ain't a game that takes hours to do.
You kept rolling.
Yeah. Oh, the apple's still there. That's the other thing, we can sort of be lulled into a false sense of security when you start killing most of the enemies. You stop worrying about this stuff and then you realise, shit, there's apples there.
This is where you tell me there's like an endgame boss like,
Nah, he's easy.
what's his name?
He dies the way that all of the creatures in this die, basically.
You just feed him.
You really don't like this bit.
No. Because if you jump, and it's not even there, like, if you jump at a dodgy point there as well, it will fucking kill you and you will lose the game after like an hour's play. Because you've been playing now for 45 minutes. That's not including my second turn for half an hour, your first turn for like 15 minutes. This is a good 2-hour video. That's a bridge. Oh crap.
Where is... Oh, the insecticide's miles away, isn't it?
Yeah. And so's the vampire, that stuff.
Yeah.
There's an extra life there though.
How the fuck am I supposed to get out of here?
Jumping.
I can't get out, can I?
That's just a skeleton. That's not going to hurt you, is it? That skeleton that's laying down? Yes, it is. Well, that's a way of doing it, I suppose.
There's nothing here.
The waiting room.
Maybe I should do this properly, dude, and just get rid of all these monsters.
Oh,
If this is the end of the game.
Hell, though.
This is the end of the game. That bat thing's got a very good chance of killing me. Look at it. Oh, we've got to go down the dry ice section as well.
Why?
Because we need an amulet as well.
And it's down there.
It's down there, I believe so, yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's getting tense now.
Oh, good. Careful, stalactites here to the left. Oh Christ. Get that life. Get that fucking motherfucking life.
Oh God. I'm going to roll off this, aren't I? I'm not careful.
Oh.
Right, it's left for another one, isn't it?
Yeah. Very careful!
It's tense stuff.
It is now. Oh, you're going to have to roll this as well. What did you jump?
I didn't jump, pushed right and it went
Oh
diagonal.
no!
Shit, I wish I had one more life just to take the edge off a bit.
No pressure, mate, no pressure.
Oh, I've got to make another round trip as well.
Oh, what, you said you only one more?
I've got to get the potion and kill him with it, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
I've got to nullify his powers first.
What? Fuck.
Have we forgotten something?
No.
It says it's empty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where could we have left this stuff? Right, we forgot the troll brew.
We? You?
I forgot the troll brew.
Yeah. It was right there as well.
Yeah. So we've added another unnecessary trip across the logs to the...
2 unnecessary trips across the logs.
And we would have done it by
Will you
now.
stop saying we, man?
Mistakes were made.
By you. Let's fill up. You didn't pick it up.
It's alright, still there.
Let's not make us another trip.
God, I'm worrying too much about this now.
It's alright, it's alright, take your time. Jump it.
Oh yeah, I can jump from there, can I?
Yes!
Right.
Apple, apple, apple! Don't think I've ever shouted apple more like that.
Right, I'm hoping this is it now.
You've just got to get up to the top platform.
I think
haven't you?
so,
And pour it
yeah.
in.
And I think all of the bad guys are dead.
Please don't die now. Right, up.
Right, we got rid of all of his powers, didn't we?
Yeah. Jump on platform.
I think we've done it.
Yeah!
Oh, that was one
God.
of the biggest reliefs out of any game we've done so far.
Fuck! Oh my god. Oh.
He is truly worthy. He is worthy of a lot of respect, really. He is an egg after all. He'll be killed by just about anything. Dee-lee-lee. Do. So what did you think of it in the end then?
Oh Christ. Yeah, no, it's a good game. There's no denying it. It is good fun.
Yeah, for the price.
For the price as well. And you know what, I know it takes a little while, but they're always, I mean, if you remember what everything is, in the speedrun it. I liked the jumping mechanic by the end of it.
Did you?
I did. I was like, yeah, it kind of adds something to it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Doesn't make it
it's
easy.
sort of unique-ish, I guess, isn't it?
Adds a difficulty level to it.
Yeah, they did get rid of that mostly in the sequel, so
Yeah.
there's sort of, it's still there, but it's much less like aggressively, you know, implemented.
Yeah. I mean, I disagree with them just changing the colour of a sprite and calling it something different.
Yeah,
That annoyed me.
saving on memory a bit, aren't they?
Yeah, but still.
It's a different colour though. So.
Yeah, that doesn't signify that it's something different, you know?
Yeah.
There are plenty of birds that are different colours, doesn't
I
mean they're
don't
not
think
birds.
this is going to be winning any awards for its graphics regardless, really, is it?
No.
I mean, at least there's some detail in there, I guess. But even then, with the bats, they were just sort of like wings that were flying around, weren't they?
Yeah.
But
So what are you going to give it then?
well, a lot of pretty fantastic action adventure games came out this year on the NES. You've got Rygar, that was on there. Games like Faxanadu, and they just completely blow this game away, to be honest. Huge worlds with way more content, better presentation, music, graphics. Just way ahead of this in a lot of ways. But this game has some level of charm, I would say. It introduces Dizzy, who would be a big character later on, and his games do get better as they go on as well, I would say. And it is $1.99, as we said before.
Yeah,
you know, in
I
Feud,
mean,
it's
the same
hard,
kind of thing in it with Feud.
yeah, you compare. It's not really that fair to compare it with a full price game because
No.
it is $1.99, and for $1.99 you get a proper action adventure experience. Like we were saying earlier, it has different environments as well. You do kind of go on an adventure. You do have like the frozen waste to the left of the screen. You've got the mines. You've got the wizard's castle and such, and the graveyard.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean,
So
yeah,
you're going to give it higher than I am then.
I enjoyed it, and as I said, you've got all these games that came out that blow it out the water, but it is only £2.
Yeah. No,
That's a
it is
huge
good value
difference.
for money.
So
But you can tell why the game sort of took off as a $1.99 budget game, you know,
Definitely.
because, like we've said, it's got some
that
personality.
is huge
and
value
charm,
for £2.
you know.
That is huge value.
But yeah, I feel like the NES games are much ahead of this, obviously. But like we said, this is a budget game, so I'm personally going to give it 3 out of 5. The graphics aren't great, are they? Let's be honest here. There's no sound to speak of.
Well, it's a specky game. I mean, specky graphics is specky graphics across the board, you know.
Yeah, they could have mucked about with. I mean, there's no attempt to get rid of colour clash in the game at all, really,
No,
is
there
there?
isn't,
You know, you
no.
just walk past things and there's like plants on the ground or whatever. You just change colour wherever you go. But I think it's a reasonable game. Even outside of the context of the Spectrum, it was a reasonable game in 1987. But it's just quite low in presentation, and there's a few nasty elements to it here and there. But I think that the case of it being a budget game, I can see it as being a 3 out of 5. Right,
Okay, guys, that was Dizzy this week. Really enjoyed it. It took a hell of a lot of effort,
Yeah.
and we really nearly died right at the end there. And I actually would have slit my own throat if we had to do that again. So yeah, we'll see you next week with another game. Take care.
See ya.